But basically, but I think I'm gonna title this video "Getting Rejected by Girls at the Beach." Basically, what happened was it was a Monday, and I'm living out here with a roommate, and I made a bet with my roommate, and I put my word on it. So obviously, I'm gonna stay to my word. And I said that. Sorry, I'm coughing and you can't hear me, but I told my roommate, and I said I bet him, like, he wanted to bet me $10 that I could get, because I wanted to get two girls' numbers by Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. He was like, he wanted to bet on it, right? So he would bet $10, and I said, well, yeah. Thing is, though, I'm gonna, like, I'm really, for me, money, like, I just give that shit away. Like, I'm not very stingy with my money, so I told him, like, we have to up the amount of money, because otherwise I'm just gonna give you $10. So I said $100, right? Let's just do $100. He was like, okay, right? No stakes to him. Nothing could go wrong for him. He just either makes 100 or he doesn't, just by making the bet. But it makes me want to go out and get the girls, right? So then that was Monday. So Tuesday I went out to Oceanside Pier, and I kid you not. Okay, I feel like you have to kind of associate whether you're coping or not. But there was no girls down in Oceanside Pier. Like, I didn't see any girls there. If they were there, already with a boyfriend, like with the guy there, you know what I mean, on the pier, right? And I went to another place, no girls, right? So then I went home. Okay, Wednesday, right? So tonight I went out with my roommate. I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna force myself to talk to some girls. There wasn't any girls. Sure enough, we walked down the street. We see a group of girls my age. My roommate's like, okay, now, and then they start crossing the street, and I'm like, oh fuck, I missed my chance. But then he's like, so then I like forced myself to kind of spin back. I see them at Handles. I'm like, okay, Handles is an ice cream spot. So then I'm like walking up to them. I'm like, on the way walking up to them, I'm getting really nervous. So I'm like, I'm trying to breathe it out, right? And thing is, it's stupid because, bro, I'm not even from this area. So if I get screenshotted and put into the group chat, it doesn't even matter because I'm not even connected out here, right? And then so I'm walking up to this girl. And then in this friend group, we got the torta, obviously we got the fat one in the group. And then we got the torta, we got some other girl, she was kind of bigger. And then we got the baddest one in the friend group, right? So I went straight to the baddie. She was turned around, she was showing something to her friend on her phone. And as I kind of walked past her, bro, I was still nervous. Like, this is how you know the story is real, because I'm not gonna bullshit you, right? So I was nervous, and then I kind of walked slower. I looked at her, and I said, excuse me, like, what's your name? And this is how you know the story is real, because I'd love to tell you some, like, story where I, like, rizzed up and I was Rizzington, right? But I was like, what's your name? And she went, I have a boyfriend. And then I was like, okay, bye. And then I walked away. But that's how you know I'm not capping about the story, because I'm not playing myself to be out to greater than I was, right? So I was literally during this whole thing the only girl that I approached, right? And then we were kept walking around and down where we were in Carlsbad Village, and there was literally no girls out, right? Now obviously it's a Wednesday. I shouldn't have made that bet on a Wednesday, but now it's Wednesday night, and it's like, to be honest, the only other girl I've seen was the In-N-Out girl who was taking orders. But I guess I didn't have the balls to go up to her. So, guys, it looks like I lost my $100 bet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, unless there's a CVS pharmacy right here, unless I head into the CVS pharmacy and there's any girls in there, I mean, might as well. Oh shit, dude, this guy's wearing all black. I almost just hit this guy. No, dude, I literally almost hit some guy. He's got AirPods on, completely unaware. He doesn't even know I just almost killed him, and I wouldn't even say anything, so I would have hit him. He would have been like, oh, right, with his AirPods on, he wouldn't know what the hell just happened. I would have drove away. You gotta stay aware. All right, we're gonna drive around through the CVS. If there's any baddies, honestly, if there's a girl at the CVS though, I wouldn't want to be her. I wouldn't want to get approached by me at the middle of the night on a CVS, to be honest. And I can't even see from, I won't even be able to see from in here, so I don't even know what I'm doing. But anyways, basically, I think I lost my $100 bets. I got rejected by that one girl, but I'm out here a month, right? And honestly, I feel, even though, right, this story is kind of bad, because I got rejected, right? I still feel proud of myself because one, I went out there and I actually tried a little bit. Obviously, I feel like I could have tried harder. Definitely didn't give 100%. But I think that if you take the necessary steps for anyone who's watching this video, with any endeavor that you do, right? Whether it's like if you get into sales or you're trying to talk to more girls, whatever it may be, if you just kind of push forward and try to break out of this, try to break the ice basically and like to approach that first girl, or you know what I mean? It's like you're getting there, right? Because once you approach the first one, it'll be easier to approach the second one. And once you approach the second one, even if you get rejected by the first two, you'll be more confident, more likely to get the number. So it's kind of an exponential growth. That's how you have to kind of treat rejection. Because rejection is the solution to a lot of your problems, right? Because most people, right, they would have been in my situation, got rejected, the girl would have said, I have a boyfriend. They would have overthought about it for the next like 3 months, just replay that situation in their head and cringe at themselves, and then beat themselves up about it, right? Well, honestly, I felt really happy about it because I went up to the girl and I realized, okay, now I broke that ice and now I'm gonna go up to more girls now, right? So, and after I get rejected a couple more times, I'm gonna get used to it and I'm no longer gonna be nervous, making me more confident, making it more likely to get a number, right? And with enough numbers, you get a girlfriend. And that's the thing. a lot of people are like a lot of guys, right? If you're alone, right? If you're single, right? This will apply to you. When guys are single, they won't maybe say it overtly, but they're more sad, and when they see people in relationships, or they wish they were in a relationship, and like I wish I could tell my younger self, or to a guy watching this right now, is like, if you're single and like you're kind of depressed that you're single and you wish you had a girl, set aside a lot of the things that you hear online, like work out, you know, get a better physique, you know, get money and blah blah blah. Obviously, I believe in all of that. You can't be broke and you can't be like ugly, right? I mean, you can be, but like you know, you can stick to those things. But obviously, the one thing that's cope is that a lot of these guys are mad that, you know, I'm single, all these girls, whatever, they're coping. But it's like, if you ask like, okay, so how many girls have you approached this year? And they're like, and they haven't approached any girls, or just maybe one girl this whole entire year. So it's like, what are you expecting the girls to come to you? It's because a lot of these guys, if they've ever talked to any girls before, the girls approach them. Like, they got approached by the girl, or like they were in their class and they were already working on a group project or whatever it was, right? It's like, that doesn't count, right? If you're not getting any girls in the environment you're in, obviously that's not working out. So you have to go and ask girls, right? So it's like, if you just do the bare minimum and ask a girl, one girl a week for her number, and that's what, 4 girls a month times 12, what, 48, right? Did I do that math correctly? Yeah, 48, right? So 4 girls a month, 48 girls a year. If you just ask 48 girls a year for their phone number, it's gonna compound, so everyone is gonna get easier, you're gonna get more confident. And then, like, you gotta understand, a lot of this, it's about failing, right? Because a lot of guys, what happened to me is that I'll start talking to a girl, and then I fuck up, and then she ghosts me, and then I beat myself up about it. And it's like, bro, you won still, because, okay, she ghosted you, yes, but that means that you learn from your mistake, and then you say, okay, I understand that now. Like, there's a guy that does trick shots, and every time he like does the trick shot and he gets closer to making it, he'll go, okay, I understand it now, because he's kind of readjusting his shot based on his previous shots in order to hit the final target. And you need to go about with the same mindset. It's like, okay, so you get the girl's number, right? Okay, the girl rejects you, you get more confident, finally you get the girl's number, right? Okay, you get the girl's number, you text her, the text goes on, you say something, she says something, you say something, she doesn't answer, you say something again, right? She says something back, and then she stops answering, and you get ghosted. Then you realize, okay, what did I say? And then you don't cope with yourself. You're like, okay, to be honest, I was a little bit boring. I could have been more interesting. I was a little bit corny, right? And cringe. And you tell yourself, you say, okay, I understand that now. Okay, so let me continue. One girl asking a number a week. Okay, second girl. Now you know how, you know, a little bit less not to be however you were and you got ghosted. And now maybe you don't get ghosted, right? And maybe, okay, let's meet up to go ice cream. And then you were really nervous, and then you were like shaking the whole time, and then you didn't know what to say, and you're kind of silent, it got awkward. It's like, okay, right? You go home, you're like, fuck, I fucked it up. But you're so proud of yourself because you're making it a step further, right? And this is what a lot of them, I tell my friends is, because they'll beat themselves up about one girl. I try and tell my friends, it's like, bro, it's not about beating yourself up about one girl. It's that you're trying to progress as much as possible, right? You're just trying to move the bar forward. You don't want to move it back. If you move it back, then you have to be worried, right? But as long as you're moving the bar forward and forward and forward, eventually you're gonna break, and you're gonna have a breakthrough, and you're gonna get like a girlfriend, or you're gonna get play, or whatever your goal is, right? You can't beat yourself up about one girl, because after you get the number, and then after you figure out how to go through the talking stage and talk to a girl and keep her interest, and then after you figure out how to get her on a date or something like that, and then you're gonna mess up with the date, bro, because you're gonna be nervous. You have to understand that, right? Like if you get into sales, you're gonna mess up the first couple sales, bro. That's just how it is. Don't beat yourself up about it. But you realize, okay, then you learn from your mistakes and you pick it back up. And then, bro, soon enough, you're good, right? And then you're back on track. Then finally you get another girl to get on a date with you. The date goes a little bit well. And let's say you mess up the second date. Okay, now you understand it now, right? And you keep going, right? And then finally this girl likes you. You went on a couple dates and you try to initiate play, but then you do it too early, and then she's like confused because you try and kiss her, and then it gets awkward, and then you fuck that one up, and you beat yourself up. It's like, no, bro, you move the bar forward. Now you know not to do it too early, and you have to do it at a better time, right? So you gotta understand that, right? Or let me put this up so I can hear directions. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that. So it's like, and then after you figure out, okay, now I know when to initiate with this girl, and I know how to initiate. Okay, and then you get some play, right? You start making out with this girl, whatever. You know, not to be like vulgar or whatever, right? And then you're like, okay, let me ask this girl to be my girlfriend. And then boom, you got a girlfriend, and you realize a month has went by, and you got a girlfriend, and you've been complaining about it for the full year. Oh, I don't have a girl. Oh, I don't have a girlfriend, right? You've been complaining about, I'm so alone. But it's like, if you're being honest, have you actually put in the action steps and asked out one girl a week? You asked me, am I telling you that I have? Absolutely not. Like, I'm not trying to display that I'm like confident, bro. I'm terrified of girls, right? But you gotta force yourself. Put up my defrosters on. You gotta force yourself to do these kinds of things, because if you don't, you're just gonna be alone, bro. The years are gonna go by, and the only girls you're gonna get are the ones within your proximity. And like I always tell my friends, like, you have to be cautious with the proximity girls, because it's like you're lowering your standards for the girls just in your proximity. Like, you might get lucky, but it's like, okay, she was in your group project, or she's in your class, whatever. Maybe she's cute, whatever. But you're kind of just going for what's around you. You're just going for the easiest option. You want to keep trying and going for like the ones that are kind of not in your vicinity, not in your proximity, because then you can kind of explore your options and realize that there's more than one girl, right? And realize that if you mess up with this one girl, it's okay, because there's so many other girls, right? Which I gotta understand. So to be honest, this month, how many girls have I approached? Probably just the one that I was talking to you about, right? And so you got to be able to, shoot your shot. And it's like, you're gonna get nervous. You got to understand, right? The whole point of this is not to get the number, or to get play, or to get a girlfriend, or whatever. Like, when you're asking out girls, that's not the point, right? The point of this whole entire experimentation, right, is to feel nervous. Like, you want to feel nervous, right? You want that feeling. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go tomorrow and go and ask out a girl for her number, right? To be honest, like 90% of you won't do this because you're pussies. You're too scared, right? But for the people who like do try and do this, or like are about to, even if they don't and then they're about to, you'll feel some anxiety, right? And you want that feeling. You want to feel that as much as possible, right? Because if you don't know what that is, you've basically got a glimpse of what living to your edge means, right? As a man, the things that you should be doing on a daily should be like that. Like, you should feel that feeling every single day. The things that you're doing, right? You should be feeling like literally scared to do those things, right? You should be challenging yourself so much to where you're actually a little bit scared of doing it, right? Same thing is like, that's exactly why I chose door-to-door sales, right? For like, if you saw on YouTube Shorts, you saw me doing door-to-door sales, is because literally I would get so nervous on the doors that I was almost scared, and I liked it because and I liked it because, eventually after, you know, enough time, you know, you get more comfortable, but then you start pushing more and more and more, and you're like, okay, let me go for more sales, right? And then you become really good at it. Same thing for girls. You just have to push past it. And it's like, for me, what made it easy is like having someone there to do door-to-door sales. Same thing with the girls. Like if you have a friend to come out with you and cold approach with you, it's so much better because all it takes is one person to initiate, and then the other person will, one person goes up to that one girl, he fails, but it's like you come back to your friend and you laugh about it, and it's like, that's the best thing ever, right? But yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna approach one more girl this week, right? I'm gonna pat myself on the back, right? And even if you want to start, it's not even about approaching as many girls as you can, or trying to even ask her for a phone number, right? You want to approach a girl, and then like you just trying to have a conversation with her. That's step one. Like literally, step 0, right, is go outside and talk to any girl or anybody, right? Anybody new that you don't know, just go and talk to them. That's step 1. Like a guy, someone working here, someone working there, you say, hey, how's your day going? That's literally step 1. And then make your way forward is like, most of you you don't ask the person working at the Starbucks, hey, how's your day going? What are you doing today, right? After work. Like no one's gonna ask that, right? And then you do that, okay, you have a little conversation, you ask another person, and then you find out you get more social. Then you're talking to this old guy, he's telling you about World War II. He's kept you there for like 2 hours, and you get bored. You don't even want to hear the story anymore. Then you're talking about this young guy, he's telling you how to get, you know, the efficiency of like maxing out the amount of gains you can get in the gym, right? Because you're talking to this guy in the gym. And it's like, you just got to talk to random people, you know? That's what I'm good at. I'm not really good at talking to, okay, here's the thing. Girls that I'm not trying to go after, I'm really good at talking to girls I'm not trying to go after, right? I'll make really good conversation, I'll be funny, because I won't be nervous, right? But when you have that, even if they're around your age, even if you're not trying to go after them, you'll still be nervous because they're in your proximity, and in the back of your mind, you kind of do want them. So in those kinds of girls, bro, I get so nervous. And then, but like any other person, bro, I can talk to anybody. That's why I like sales, because I like talking to people, right? Honestly, I just like yapping. That's why I'm yapping to you right now, because you see, I just like talking. But yeah, basically, you gotta get good at talking. And the thing is, people are like, well, what if I'm introvert, extrovert, right? And it's like, that's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I remember when someone told me, well, I'm an introvert. I remember thinking in my mind, like, how weird is it for someone to place like such a label on themselves and limit themselves to like their like social, their like the way how social they are, right? Because like from childhood, let's say like once you weren't social to someone and someone's like, oh yeah, you're an introvert, people started calling you an introvert, and then you started accepting it like, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, right? And then now you're telling yourself, yeah, I'm an introvert, and you brainwash yourself to think, okay, I'm an introvert, right? And then you don't approach anybody anymore. And then when I asked you, oh, go approach us, you're like, no, I'm an introvert. It's like, no, you can't think like that, right? Like, let's say someone came up to me like, well, you're an introvert. I'll say, shut the fuck up. I'm Josiah, right? When I'm Josiah, right? I'll be whatever the fuck I want to be, right? Tomorrow, I wake up, I want to be introverted. Fuck it, I'll be introverted, right? The next day after that, I wake up, I want to be extroverted. I'll be extroverted, right? Because I'll be whatever the fuck I want to be. I don't have anyone putting labels on me, right? That's the thing. You don't want anyone to put labels on you. You don't want those kinds of friends. Because, like, you'll tell your friends, like, okay, let's go cold approaching. Like I'm asking you now. Like, let's go talk to girls. And some guy will tell you, well, you're ugly. Or, like, well, girls aren't going to want to talk to you. It's like, see, people like that, they want to put labels on you. You can't hang around people like that, right? You got to hang around friends who are always open to pushing past your labels and your challenges and breaking the ice, right? You got to be having friends like that. But like I'm saying, like, for people saying like, well, I'm an introvert, it's like, that's bullshit, bro. Who told you that? Who told you that, and who programmed that into your brain? Humans are meant to be social, right? Like, if you were like, let's say like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, everyone was talking to each other, bro. You go into the marketplace, hello, how are you doing? Okay, you know, have random conversations. Even now, right? When I go into the grocery store, you don't see like really young people having conversations. They walk past each other and they're in their own world. But when I go into the grocery store, when I go out, I always see old heads, right? Whenever I go on walks or runs, I always see old heads like in the night or in the morning. They're all standing, like two older guys standing on the street, just doing some kind of lean like this. And they're all they talk there for just like an hour. They just met. They just on the street. They're like, oh, it's a nice dog. How long you've had that dog for? Whatever, right? They'll just have a random conversation. And it's like the younger generation, they'll find that like stupid, right? They don't want to go up to anyone. They don't want to talk to anyone. But they have to realize that humans are social creatures. You're supposed to go up to people. You're supposed to go up to girls. You're supposed to go after the girl. Like, I remember my dad told me this story. And bro, my dad used to get so many girls back in the day. To be honest, he's at this moment in time, at my age, he was outrizzing me at my age, because at my age he got a 21-year-old girl pregnant, you know? Like a baddie in the terms of back then, you know. And so, and my dad, bro, the thing is, like, when you look at people like that, my dad wasn't like, well, I'm nervous approaching girls. Like, he literally told me, like, he literally went out, the girl already had a boyfriend, he's like, no, you're mine, whatever. Like, he had that mindset of like, I'm gonna conquer anything I want. And it's like, most people don't have that mindset, or most people are like, bro, that's like manipulating, or that's like what's it called? What's the word they call Andrew Tate? What's that word they call Andrew Tate? It's like not feminist. No, that's what they call them. What's that word they call Andrew Tate? They call him not manipulator. I can't think of the word. He's a misogynist. There we go. Yeah. And they're like, oh, he's a misogynist, right? But it's like, you have to have a mindset where like you can do anything. In the times that I've performed at my best, right, made the most money, got the girl, right, did whatever I want, did whatever like the best thing, or like an accomplishment. In my mind, I wasn't like nervous about it, or like, yeah, maybe I was nervous, but I wasn't thinking like, oh, maybe I can't do this, whatever. I thought in my mind like, who the fuck is gonna do this? Only me. I'm gonna conquer this because I do whatever I want. Like, you have to have that mindset of like, go, trying to, you know, do that. Like I was saying, the biggest part of this is just eliminating the labels that you have put on yourself and that others put on you. Like, if someone wants to come to me like, well, the Josiah that I know, he's like this, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. The Josiah that you know, right, he doesn't listen to anybody, right? He's whoever the fuck he wants to be. Like I said, someone calls me an introvert, be quiet. Today I wake up, maybe I don't want to talk to anybody, right? Because that's my choosing. And then the next day I wake up after that, I want to talk to all the girls in the world, right? So it's like, be whoever you want to be. Don't put labels on yourself. You can do literally anything. It's possible. Like, if you go out onto the street, okay, here's an extra step if you're watching this video. Go to the nearest city, in like this weekend, go to the nearest city, go to like an area near you, like kind of populated with kids your age, and just walk around, right? You don't have to approach anyone, talk to anyone. Just walk around and you'll see a bunch of girls who have boyfriends, and they're walking around with like the ugliest, shortest guy in the world possible. And then you gotta think to yourself, if that motherfucker can do it, then I can definitely do it, right? And that's the mindset you need to have. Because I remember when I would see like door-to-door salesmen, and I would see him get a sale, my first thought wasn't like, oh, he's better than me. My thought process when I like saw a door-to-door salesman that made a sale right in front of me, my thought process was, bro, if he can do it, then I can like for sure do it. That was my mindset. I never limited myself like, oh, he's better than me, he's this. Because if anyone does something, I always think, how can I do it like them and do it better than them, right? You have to be thinking like that. Same thing with girls. If you see a friend and he has a lot of girls and you think, oh, he's more attractive, he's more this, like, don't pay attention to that stuff. Pay attention, like, what is he saying? What's his body language, right? And think, well, if he can do it, then I can for sure do it. And it's like, if he pulls 10 girls, then I can at least pull 5 girls, right? So it's like, you have to be having that mindset. And so obviously, I'm going to be that right now, like, a lot of people, if you look at my page, like, the past few videos, I'm talking about girls. And people are like, well, don't make girls everything. It's like, you don't get the right to say that. Because, you know, you don't get any play, right? Until the point where, you know, I'm confident enough and I know that I can get girls, right? Because right now I don't know. You know, we don't know. I mean, I know because I'm confident in myself, but like, I don't have the receipts, I don't have the proof, right? And I'm not talking about like 2, 3, 4 girls. I'm talking about like, I go out, I talk to any girl, I know what to say, I know what to like speak to her. I'm talking about that, right? Okay, and then this guy doesn't want to me over, like, thanks. But I'm talking about that. It's like, until I know that, that I'm able to approach any girl I want without, you know, without like pussying out. Until I know that, until I know like I could get a girlfriend if I wanted one, until I know that for a fact, then I have the right to say, oh, don't make girls about everything. But right now, since I don't know that, that's why a bunch of the content is about girls, because until I can prove to myself, okay, I can go out and like if I see a girl, I'm not gonna pussy out, I'm gonna go approach her. Or I can get a girlfriend if I wanted to. If I know that, right, then I don't have to make girls about everything. I have to max out one skill, master it, go to the next thing and max it out, right? That's how it works. Because it's the same thing, like, if someone was like, here, let me think of a good analogy here. What was I talking about? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. And my cough is really bad. I don't know what's going on. But I have a really bad cough, and it's not fun at all. And I'm just wondering what the freak is going on. But anyways, I don't know what I was saying, but we can cut that out. So, Miracle is to college. Wait, there's a college right next to my... Dude, I haven't went exploring, and I just realized I've been searching for girls so long, and there's literally a college right next to my Airbnb, and I just did not even know. This is a nice campus. Miracosta College, guys. This low-key looks like a really nice campus. I may apply here. Oh wait, I don't even go to school. Alright, but anyways. So, basically, to end off the video, I'm not going to end it off immediately, but the moral of the story is, you can't cope, right? Genuinely ask yourself, if we're talking about girls mainly, it can apply to any endeavor, but genuinely ask yourself and say, well, I'm mad and I'm sad and depressed because I don't have a girlfriend, right? And I'm lonely. But do I take the action steps and do I actually go and approach at least one girl a week? If the answer is no, then okay, then I need to take those action steps. And then you'll realize that you probably won't because you're kind of scared. And then you realize, well, am I scared to approach these girls? And the answer is yes, and don't cope. Every single guy is scared, even the confident ones, right? So it's like, am I scared to approach these girls? And then realize I'm scared, which means that I have to do it because I like to conquer and I like to take the challenge and do things that are challenging because I'm a man, I'm not a pussy, right? You gotta be thinking about it like that. So that's why, go out and approach some girls. I approached one today. I'm proud of myself for that, right? Did I lose out on $100? Yes. Right? But what did I gain? Right? Obviously that sounds bad. And people are gonna make fun of me for that, right? Okay, yes, I did lose $100, but okay, the thing is, what I gained is I broke the ice, and now I'm gonna start approaching more girls. And now I know, since I prayed about it, that God is gonna bring me, you know, God is gonna bring those options and open doors for that. Not even to, the thing is, people are like, one kid commented like, well, shouldn't you avoid talking to girls out of fear of fornication? It's like, bro, stop coping, bro. Like, even if you got a girl, you wouldn't be able to smash. You don't know how. Okay, so I stop now. You don't know how to do that. You've never even spoke to a girl in your life. So it's like, don't say out of fear of fornication. Like, what are you talking about, right? I'm not talking about smashing. I'm just talking about getting over your fears. And that goes with anything in life that you want to do that, right? But anyways, yeah, I gotta make a full stop at the stop sign because there's a cop right next to me. But basically, that's all I kind of had to say in this video. I can't believe that I went 19 minutes on the second part. But yeah, so I'm gonna work tomorrow. I'm about to work, and then what is tomorrow? Thursday, I'm gonna go out. Maybe I'll go approach some girls tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna see how I feel, but I'm gonna try and force myself to get out there and at least make some guy friends. You know what I mean? I've approached some people. Maybe go to a kickboxing class tomorrow. But yeah, and if any of you guys know like what's going on, I have a cough. My symptoms are I don't have any runny nose. I don't have any congestion or anything like that. I don't have watery eyes, anything. It's literally just a cough. I don't even have a sore throat. It's literally just a cough. So what does that mean? How can I fix it? Do I need to take medicine? Please let me know. Alright, anyway guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.